There is a big problem coming into Master Duels. I'm going to teach you how to be a part of this problem and how to solve this problem. What's going on, guys? My name is Susu from HeadtoHead Battles, and in today's episode, we're going to be going over the unreleased, brand new Floowandereeze deck in Master Duels. Alright, if you guys enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell down below, and comment down below what you think about the deck and the cards that I've chosen for my deck profile. Alright, guys, so without further ado, let's get straight into the deck profile. Alright, so we are in Master Duels, and obviously we have the tier 0 Floowandereeze deck, but we have a problem. There are no Floowandereeze cards in this game yet, so let's move over to YGO Omega. Alright, so I have the deck fully built on YGO Omega, and we can play it as well, which is really, really cool. But let's go over the card by card, okay? So, the first card that we are playing is Floowandereeze and M-Pen. This card is really good because when monsters are in attack position, you can't even activate their card effects, which is insanely good. And during the battle phase, once per battle, you can banish one card from your hand, and that opponent's monster's current attack and defense become halved until the end of this turn, which is insanely powerful, okay? The next boss monster we are playing is Rise of the Mega Monarch. This card is really good at clearing fields, as well as putting cards from the graveyard back into your opponent's deck to stop their combos or, stop them from being able to utilize them next turn, okay? Next, we have Mist Valley Apex Avion, which is basically a recurring Omni Negate because it sends itself back to your hand and then you can summon it again, which is insanely powerful. Next, we're playing Triple Dimension Shifter, and I've said this many times. If your deck can play Dimension Shifter, please play Dimension Shifter, right? Any card that goes to graveyard is banished instead, and you can loop Dimension Shifter in this deck over and over again because you can clear your graveyard of Dimension Shifter with Stree, and then Dimension Shifter your opponent again. So this card is insanely good. Next, we're playing one Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. This card says that neither player can special summon monsters except wind monsters, and even if they normal summon to try to beat over this, you can just use Mega Rise of Monarch to bounce their normal summon back to their hand. Insanely powerful. All right, for our hand trap lineup, and we aren't playing a lot, is triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring and triple Maxi. If we do go second, we're going to want a lot of cards in our hands to be able to resolve all of our card effects. Okay, now on to our actual Floowandereeze starters. We're playing Floowandereeze and Eaglin. So all Floowandereeze monsters, when they leave the field, they get banished instead, and in the banished pile, you can activate their effects to add them to your hand, so you can chain block Ash Blossom, which is insanely good. But Eaglin, when you do normal summon it, it will add you a level 7 or higher winged beast monster from your deck to your hand. So this card will allow you to grab one of your 3 boss monsters, which is insanely good. You're playing one Floowandereeze and Stree. If this card says that you can target one card in either graveyard and banish it, then immediately normal summon again. So this is the card that will allow me to loop Dimension Shifter if I open it in multiples or if I top deck it, okay? Next, we're playing our main starter, Floowandereeze and Robina. Robina says that when this card is normal summoned, I can add one level 4 or lower winged beast monster. In most cases, it will be Floowandereeze and Eaglin, so that Eaglin can get us M-Pen, and then we can tribute the Robina and the Eaglin for the M-Pen, okay? For our last Floowandereeze monster, we're playing Floowandereeze and Taken. This card says that when it is normal summoned, I can target a card, one of my banished Floowandereeze cards, and add it to my hand, which is insanely powerful because sometimes, because we only do play one M-Pen, and a lot of deck lists, could be running 2, but with one M-Pen, you can grab it back with Taken, okay? Next, we're playing Double Pot of Duality because it does not conflict with our triple Pot of Prosperity. So in a 40 card deck, we're playing 5 pot cards, which means statistically speaking, we should be able to see one of our pot cards every hand. We're playing one Terraforming to get to the next best card in our deck. We're playing double Call by the Grave because if you want to beat this deck, okay, you're going to want to use Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Now, obviously, Maxi does nothing to the deck because his deck only normal summons, but if you Ash Robina or you Ash Eaglin, it effectively stops their turn because they cannot normal summon because they did not resolve the effect of Robina or Eaglin or whatever it may be. If you Imperm or Veiler your Floowandereeze opponent, they can chain Floowandereeze and the Advent of Adventure. This card says I can banish one winged beast monster from your hand or face up on the field. That is for cost, so this will dodge Imperm or Veiler. You can add a Floowandereeze Floowandereeze monster or a Floowandereeze spell from your deck to your hand, and then gain 500 life points, which means I effectively am playing 7 copies of my field spell. So keep that in mind. Next, we're playing 1 Floowandereeze and the Unexplored Winds. This card is insanely good because you can send one of your opponent's cards, not just monsters, a card, to be able to summon one of your big boss monsters. And on top of that, if you get to round or like turn 3 or 4 or even 5, and you have a lot of Floowandereeze monsters in your hand, because you can shuffle 2 back and then draw 2 fresh cards, which is insanely good. Okay. Next, we're playing the field spell, the best card in the deck. So this card says, during your main phase, you can reveal 1 level 1 Floowandereeze monster in your hand and banish a Floowandereeze card with a different name from your deck, then immediately normal summon the revealed monster, which means this will not eat up your normal summon. So you can reveal Robina, banish Eaglin, summon Robina, chainlink 1 Robina, chainlink 2 Eaglin. Eaglin will add to your hand, and then Robina will add you your barrier statue of the Stormwinds, and then you can go Eaglin effect for M-Pen, summon the M-Pen, and then once M-Pen resolves, adding you your trap card, you can normal summon the barrier wind statue, right? Next, we're playing the 1 Floowandereeze and the Dreaming Town. This is what you're adding off of Floowandereeze M-Pen. Now, this card says immediately during the main phase, after this effect resolves, I can normal summon 1 level 4 or lower wing beast monster. And if you tribute a level 7 or higher, well, that doesn't matter. But anyways, this will essentially allow you to normal summon Robina, get the Eaglin from your banish because you want to keep it there, and then be able to summon Ryza or Apex Avion or whatever you may need to kind of push for game or to interrupt your opponent. Okay. Next, we're playing probably one of the best cards in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Harpy's Featherstorm. Let's read this card together. This card says, if you control a wind wing beast monster, until the end of this turn, negate any monster effects your opponent activates. That's from hand, graveyard, or field, okay? If you control a Harpy monster, you can activate this card from your hand. If this card in its owner's spell and trap zone is destroyed, you can add a Harpy's Feather Duster, which is good, but we don't play the Duster because we don't really care, because we want to go first, and we only care about that first effect. So if you can set up your full board plus Harpy's Featherstorm, like hard draw into it, and with 5 pot cards, Lord knows you're going to hard draw into it, you're probably winning the game regardless. Okay, next, into our extra deck, because it does kind of matter, but not really. We're playing the 1 Mechaba, and you're saying, Susu, how do I make the Mechaba? Well, if you send Cyber Dragon Nova will activate in the graveyard to summon you a Mechaba, okay? Now you're playing the 1 Elder Entity Entis, and these are all utility cards just in case you play against Dogmatica Maximus, and they're requiring you to send cards. Next, we're playing the 1 Anima, because we do have a lot of they're all level 1s, so Anima is really good if your opponent isn't respecting sort of the zones of the deck. We're playing 1 Wind the Wind Charmer and 1 Area the Water Charmer, because these are both charmers that we can make, and if you're playing against anyone who has a wind in the graveyard, Baronne de Fleur, you can make this card and then summon their Baronne de Fleur. We're playing the 1 Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, because there are instances where you will have a level 7 or higher and be able to make this card. Most of the time you don't rarely go into your extra deck, and again, that's why this deck is so good in Master Duels, right? Because you don't worry about Maxi, you don't worry about Artifact Scythe or any of those cards. Next, we're playing 1 Tri-Brigade Shurak, because if we do send this off of Maximus, we can add a Wing Beast monster from the deck to the hand. Insanely good. This is the 1 card that you actually will end up making. If you are up against kind of like a Towers monster, right? A monster you cannot out. This card says that you can use your opponent's monster, right? So you can effectively link off their boss monster to make this, which is insanely powerful, okay? We're playing the 1 Lyrillist Assembled Nightingale into Downward Magician, right? And then we have our 1 Zeus, which is, again, we rarely are ever going to be going into our extra deck. These are just highly utility cards, okay? We're playing 1 Deep Sea Prima Donna, because this card says, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a banished card and shuffle it into the deck, so pretty good. We're playing the 1 Wind Pegasus. Again, if this gets sent to graveyard, we can use this card to interrupt our opponent even further. We're playing the 1 Psy-Frame Lord Omega. Again, if it gets sent to graveyard, we can interrupt the opponent even further. Now, let's go over into the combo portion of the video so we can figure out how to play this deck and where to interrupt it. Okay, so we are in the combo portion of the video. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, so we're going to activate Dimension Shifter, which already will probably end a lot of turns. And then we're going to activate Floowandereeze and the Magnificent Map. What this will do is it will reveal the Robina in our hand, banishing the Eaglin. When we normal summon Robina, we're going to go Robina Chainlink 1, Eaglin Chainlink 2. Robina will add us the barrier statue of the Stormwinds. And then we're going to normal summon the Eaglin, and we'll go Eaglin effect to add us Floowandereeze and M-Pen, right? And then we're going to summon the M-Pen using the 2, Robina and Eaglin. And then we're going to go M-Pen Chainlink 1, Robina Chainlink 2. You want to keep the Eaglin in your banished zone, right? So this will add us our trap card, Floowandereeze and the Dreaming Town. And then we're going to normal summon the barrier statue of the Stormwinds, which is insanely good. And then we have our crossout designator. And then we also have our trap card, Floowandereeze and the Dreaming Town. Now, on our opponent's turn, this is where things get a little bit spicy. Now, again, when our opponent normal summons, you can trigger Floowandereeze and the Magnificent Map, which will effectively do exactly what Dreaming Town will do, because when your opponent normal summons, Map will trigger, allowing you to normal summon as well, but the trap card is still really powerful. So we're going to flip the trap card instead, right? So we're going to flip the trap card. We're going to summon Robina. We're going to go Robina Chainlink 1, Eaglin Chainlink 2 to chain block. We're going to go normal summon Eaglin, grab the Rise of the Mega Monarch. Then we're going to summon Rise of the Mega Monarch. And then we're going to shuffle back the normal summon, add the Ryza back to our hand, and add the Robina back to our hand as well. And then essentially our opponent will pass. We can shifter our opponent again because our graveyard is free of cards, and it should be game from there. All right, guys, so that's it for me today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell down below and comment down below what you think about this deck. Are you worried? Are you not worried? You know what I'm saying? Like, this deck is insanely powerful, and like I said, most of the time, if you want to stop this deck, Lancia will get you there. Ash Blossom on Robina and Eaglin will get you there. If you're playing the mirror match, Crossout Designator will get you there. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the right cards to kind of break this board and play through this board, you're going to not have a great time in Master Duels when this deck does come out. All right, guys. So if this video helped you at all, make sure to share this video. And guys, I don't want to take up any more of your time. My name is Susu from Head-to-Head Battles, signing out.
What's up, guys? If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that button right there in the middle.
Also, if you haven't watched that video that YouTube is recommending you, it's probably crazy, all right? Go watch it. This is Susu from Head-to-Head Battles,
Head-to-Head Battles,
signing out.